terrifying train routes that defy logic. At some point in life, most of us have been on a train ride. There's something exciting about passing through tunnels and crossing high bridges. But sometimes, that excitement can quickly turn into fear because unexpected things can happen along the way. Some train routes cut through dangerous mountain ranges, tight curves, and hair-raising bridges. Even the bravest passengers can feel their heart pounding. These aren't your typical train rides. They're not for the faint of heart. Number 10. Death Railway, Thailand. Known as the Death Railway, this historic track in Thailand stretches roughly 280 miles and has a dark past that still haunts travelers today. Originally built during World War II to connect Thailand and Burma, now Myanmar, the railway was constructed under brutal conditions. Tragically, over 90,000 laborers, many of them prisoners of war and forced workers, lost their lives during its construction, most of them due to exhaustion, starvation, and disease. Some even fell into the nearby River Kwai, adding to the railway's grim reputation. After a tragic accident, the line was shut down in 1947. But about a decade later, parts of it were reopened for use. Even today, riding on this track is not for the faint of heart. The narrow wooden bridges, sharp turns, gusty winds, and the constant creaking of the old tracks create a chilling experience. Every twist and shake makes you feel like the train could tumble off the edge at any moment. It's a journey soaked in history, fear, and respect for those who suffered building it. Number 9. Napier-Gisborne Railway, New Zealand. At first glance, you might think you're seeing things, because this spot in New Zealand looks like something out of a movie. The Napier-Gisborne Railway runs straight across the main runway of the Gisborne Airport. That's right, trains and planes actually share the same strip of land. Whenever a train needs to pass through, it has to get clearance from air traffic control, just like an airplane. If a plane is preparing to land or take off, the train must wait. And if the train's already crossing, the plane is told to circle or hold position. What's even crazier is that the railway was there long before the airport existed. But since space was limited, the airport was built around the track. While it's tightly managed and rare incidents occur, there's always the risk of a sudden emergency, like a plane needing to land fast. If timing goes wrong, things could get very dangerous. Thoughtful. It's a rare and risky setup you won't find in many places. Number 8. Tren a las nubes. Train to the clouds. Argentina. Located in the Andes Mountains of Argentina, the Tren a las nubes, meaning train to the clouds, is one of the highest and most breathtaking railway journeys in the world. Construction started back in 1948 and wasn't completed until nearly 3 decades later, making it a true engineering marvel. What makes this ride unforgettable is its altitude. The train climbs to an astonishing 14,100 feet above sea level. At that height, it literally feels like you're drifting through the clouds. But with great views come great risks. As the train travels over towering metal bridges and through steep mountain paths, passengers can feel every shake and sway. The bridges often tremble beneath the weight of the train, sending a chill down your spine. Because of the extreme altitude and unpredictable weather, the railway is inspected daily. Even the smallest issue can shut down service until it's fixed. It's beautiful, but definitely not a ride for the faint-hearted. Number 7. Aso Minami Railway, Japan. The Aso Minami Railway in Japan offers one of the most thrilling and nerve-wracking train rides you can take. The track winds through the scenic Kumamoto region, but don't let the beauty fool you. One of the main reasons this railway feels so risky is the narrow, aging bridge the train must cross. It creaks and sways under the train's weight, and even seasoned train operators admit it's one of the most stressful parts of the journey. But what really takes the danger up a notch is Mount Aso, Japan's largest active volcano, looming nearby. It's not just some distant threat. Mount Aso has erupted multiple times in recent history and remains constantly active. If a major eruption were to happen while a train is on the track, it could be catastrophic. The railway runs close enough that ash clouds and tremors are a real concern. Still, thrill seekers and tourists keep coming, drawn by the chance to experience the breathtaking ride, with a side of adrenaline and danger. Number 6. Devil's Nose Train, Ecuador. With a name like Devil's Nose, you already know this railway isn't for the faint of heart. Located in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador, this historic train route was built in 1902 and is still considered one of the most dangerous railways ever constructed. The track climbs nearly 9,000 feet above sea level, zigzagging along the edges of sheer cliffs and cutting through dense, wild forest. What makes the route so terrifying is the way the train clings to the side of the mountain. Sometimes, it feels like one wrong move could send it tumbling down. During construction, many workers tragically lost their lives after falling from these cliffs. Some of their bodies were never found, and local stories claim wild animals carried them off, adding a haunting layer to the train's dark past. Riding the Devil's Nose isn't just a journey through mountains. It's a ride through history, hardship, and sheer human determination. The view is stunning, but the story behind it gives you goosebumps. Number 5. White Pass and Yukon Route, Alaska. The White Pass and Yukon route in Alaska is often described as one of the most scenic train journeys on Earth. But don't let its beauty fool you. This 106 miles narrow-gauge railway winds through towering snow-covered mountains and treacherous terrain year-round. Built during the Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1800s, the route was carved through rugged cliffs and icy slopes under brutal conditions. Named after White Pass, one of Alaska's highest and most dangerous mountain passes, this railway offers passengers stunning views of glaciers, waterfalls, and deep valleys. But right alongside those postcard-worthy sights are terrifyingly steep drops and narrow ledges. There's little room for error. One wrong move, and the train could plunge into a gorge hundreds of feet below. Despite the risks, thrill-seeking tourists flock to ride it each year. It's a journey that combines raw, natural beauty with a real sense of danger, making it unforgettable for all the right and wrong reasons. Number 4. Georgetown Loop Railroad, USA. At first glance, the Georgetown Loop Railroad in Colorado looks more like a roller coaster than a functioning railway. This narrow, twisting 4.5 miles track was built way back in 1887 during the silver mining boom, and it climbs steep slopes with incredibly sharp curves and dramatic elevation changes. Watching a full-size train move along such a narrow and elevated path almost doesn't seem real. Due to its dangerous design and frequent accidents, the line was eventually shut down in 1939. But after years of restoration and safety improvements, it reopened in 1984 as a tourist attraction. Today, even though the track is short, the train moves very slowly and carefully, taking over an hour to complete the journey. Passengers are treated to stunning mountain views and towering bridges, but the swaying cars and tight turns definitely keep hearts racing. It may be a historic railroad, but the thrill it offers is very much alive. Number 3. Maeklong Railway Market, Thailand. Now this one's truly unlike anything you've ever seen. The Maeklong Railway Market in Thailand is a fully operating marketplace, set up right on top of an active railway line. Multiple times a day, a train slowly rolls straight through the middle of the market, passing just inches from the stalls and the people working there. What's amazing is how seamlessly the vendors react. As soon as they hear the horn or see the train approaching, everyone springs into action. Umbrellas fold, baskets of fruits and vegetables slide back, and the path clears like a well-rehearsed performance. Once the train crawls past, everything goes right back in place, as if nothing ever happened. There's less than a foot of space between the train and the nearest items, yet, remarkably, no serious accidents have occurred. It's a mix of chaos and precision, and witnessing it in person feels almost surreal. This place proves that sometimes life and trains really do go hand in hand. Literally. Number 2. Rameswaram Sea Bridge, India. The Rameswaram Sea Bridge, also known as the Pamban Bridge, is one of India's most iconic and most nerve-wracking rail journeys. Built in 1914, this 1.2 miles long railway connects the mainland of Tamil Nadu to the island of Rameswaram, stretching directly over the rough waters of the Indian Ocean. While the view is undeniably beautiful, the journey is far from relaxing. The bridge sits just above sea level, making it highly vulnerable to strong ocean winds and crashing waves. During high tide or monsoon season, water often splashes onto the train, soaking windows and even reaching inside at times. The gusts are so powerful that the train has to slow down to a crawl just to stay safe. Many passengers describe the crossing as both thrilling and terrifying. The sound of waves hitting the sides, the swaying motion of the train, and the endless sea on both sides create a sense of awe. and a spine-tingling fear you won't forget. Number 1. ND&W Railway USA. Thoughtful. Topping the list is what many consider the most dangerous railway track in the world, the ND&W Railway in the United States. Surprised at first glance, you might think the line is abandoned. Annoyed the rails are bent, uneven, and visibly warped, with dips and waves that make the track look more like a roller coaster than a functioning railway. Appalled, it's shocking that trains still run on it. Accidents happen frequently here, especially when heavy trains pass over these unstable sections. You'd think a track in this condition would have been shut down or repaired long ago, but fixing it isn't so simple. The railway runs straight through a swampy, forested area where the soft, waterlogged soil simply can't hold long-term repairs. Every time workers try to stabilize it, the ground shifts again. Because of these dangerous conditions, trains are forced to move at crawling speeds just to stay on the rails. It's a slow, tense journey that keeps everyone on edge. One wrong bounce, and disaster could strike. If you thought these train routes were terrifying, wait till you see the airports where landing feels like a daredevil stunt. Click right here to watch the most dangerous airports in the world. Or, if you're still curious about insane railway tracks, don't miss part 2 of the world's most dangerous railways. It gets even crazier. Choose your thrill, rail or air.